Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Coffee Rant with Dano and Frank, our Patriot Bald Eagle. If you have to hit pause on this video to get your coffee or whatever beverage you deem necessary, go ahead and do that now, as this will be a lengthy discussion. Whether you vote Democrat or whether you vote Republican, the one thing I think we can all agree on as Americans is America is broken right now and it needs to get fixed. There are more issues now in America than I have ever seen in my lifetime. It has become so much of a problem within and without around the world. We have things going on around the world that could prove devastating in the maybe near future. Different events unfolding, different world conflicts that seem to be drawing us ever closer to a bigger conflict. We have things from within that seem to be tearing people apart. People not being able to afford food, not being able to afford housing, not being able to afford insurance for housing. We have issues with recalls every day. Food recalls have become such an issue in this country that we don't even know going to the store what we should buy, even if we find a good price. Now, one thing we always talk about on the channel is buying up sales as we see them. We've been preaching this for years now, right? Because grocery prices have gotten so far out of control, so far beyond what a lot of people can afford, that we're having to rethink the way that we shop. We have to get creative. Get creative with our meals. Get creative with our lifestyles. Never give up the fight for your fight for freedom, guys. Never give up the fight. This hat right here, this is what I think of. Never give up the fight for your right to vote, for your right for the luxury of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that is what we all strive to achieve in this country, is the pursuit of happiness. I thank you all for joining me tonight, as I am excited. This is I like this. I like the race to victory. And that is what we are witnessing here. 84 million people had voted before today. 84 million. That is quite a number. How many people live in the United States? How many U.S. citizens, including children? 340 million people. 84 million people have already early voted. Most of you have early voted on the channel here. I think that is pretty awesome that we have so many people that have already put their votes in. I'm going to describe a little bit of my experience voting today. I got up, I was up pretty late. I was doing some work for some different videos, some different editing, kind of had some issues with internet problems and stuff like that. So I was up pretty late. So I got to the polls. It was about 10 o'clock. I usually go about 10 o'clock. Little secret there. It's a good time to go. There was no line. However, Jessica's been telling me a lot of her friends on Facebook and a lot of people scattered throughout Ohio have been waiting in lines well over an hour. That's a good sign. I mean, yeah, that stinks to have to wait that long, but people are doing it. People are out there voting because they want change. Whatever the case, whoever it is you are voting for, people want change. America is speaking. America is trying to fix the problem. Your vote will help fix the problem. Hopefully. As we move forward, we're going to continue our mission to do what we do and do things, provide some entertainment. If you're new to the channel here, we have always tried since the last few years, and we've been seeing a lot of price increases at the grocery stores and all this. We've tried to cover a lot of different stores on a daily basis or every other day basis to try and point out things that people are asking for on the channel, things that they might not be able to afford anymore. We try to find ways to find them affordable, which is has always been the main focus on the channel. Another thing we try to provide is entertainment, because these have been some pretty ugly times. And me and Jessica go out and about, and we try to provide, share our vlogs with you guys to try and share some fun aspects of life, fun things that we like to do. Now back to my day at the polls. I met a few of you guys at the polls. I thought that was very cool. Thank you all for saying hello. And it was nice having some talks about some of the country's problems with you guys. And there's a lot of things that need to be fixed. A lot. From everything that we can think. I'm not going to go into each individual issue, but we all know what they are, and we know what needs to be done. We know it needs to be fixed. There's a lot of different things. We look at some things going on around the world. We have some major issues around the world. World conflicts that can lead to a much bigger conflict. We need strong leadership in the White House, whatever the case. Whether it's Trump or Kamala, we need strong leadership in these times. America is broken, and we need to fix it. We need to fix the problems. Now, one could say, is there any major problem? Yeah, they're all major problems. But I feel if we tackle, it's like anything else, okay? You've neglected cleaning your house for a long time, and it builds up and it builds up and it builds up. You don't go in with the mindset that I'm going to clean the whole house today. I'm going to clean the whole house. You don't. You clean the living room, and you clean it real good. Whether it takes you a day or two to get that done, you get that done. Then you move to the bedroom. You get that done, whether it takes you a day or two. Then you go to the bathroom. You don't try to do it all in one day. You're just gonna lose your mind over it, and you're not going to get anything done. And I think that is an issue that a lot of people have, me included. I've been there. It's like, things get overwhelming. There are so many problems right now that we can't tackle just one. We can't tackle all of them at the same time. We have to tackle one problem and then another and then another. How fast we move forward on that depends on how fast whatever administration is going to work this problem out. Never give up the fight. Never give up the fight that you have a right to say whatever you want, that you have a right to live however you want. There were a couple this hat right here, never give up the fight. I always talk about never giving up the fight for things. And the meaning of that sticks most with me is never give up the fight of knowing that you are here in America. You should be a proud patriot and remember our history. Remember how we got here. Remember that we are the free land. We are the land that is controlled by every voice, controlled by you and me and everyone around us. And we have a say in everything. Never give up that fight. Never give up that right. And, it's just, we have to keep moving forward. Whatever the case, whoever the next president is, I hope that they listen to the people, because the people are out there in droves voting right now. This may be the biggest voting turnout of all time. Of all time. Now, the population keeps getting bigger and bigger, but as we see these numbers, people want change. People want America to get fixed. It needs to get fixed. Otherwise, we're going to continue spiraling down into a hole of no return. And we don't want that. The other day, I was talking about Frank. And I didn't give maybe a big enough explanation of what I wanted to. Frank was a war veteran, a war hero, a proud American. That I grew up I had the pleasure of growing up down the street from him. And, through my teens, growing up, it was like I would always go hang out with Frank. I always liked his stories, his war stories, but he kept it light. He kept it, and our thing was we worked out together. We worked out And he showed me good ways, military ways to work out, to build muscle quickly, to build endurance. He was a proud American, and that is who I named my mug after, Frank. Rest in peace. But I'll tell you what, guys, I am a patriot, and I love my country. And I hate to see all of these things falling down around us. It needs to be fixed. It needs to be fixed. And however that happens, things need to get done. Issues, in my opinion, both sides need to get resolved. We can't have all of this division, guys. We can't have, right versus left and this and yang. I've been watching the news, guys. I've been watching Fox News. I've been watching CNN. And it's like, wow, like, you guys wonder why I hate watching the news. Because there's so much hate on this side. And then there's so much hate on this side. One thing that you get from me is no judgment. I don't judge anybody. You vote for whoever you want to. Okay? And I just know that what you're voting for, I think people want change no matter what it is. These last 4 years have been a living nightmare for a lot of different Americans. And I'm not saying that it could be from one way or the other. All I know is that whatever the case, America needs changed. It is broken and it needs fixed. Now, back to the polls again. I had a good time, like I was saying before, chatting with some of our viewers who I ran into there. Had no idea, just people know us from the channel, pretty much everywhere we go around here. But it was nice speaking with some of you guys. Had a lot of fun with that. And then I went to the store for tomorrow's video that's going to be coming out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and I met a couple of you there who had actually voted at the same place I did. So I thought that was really cool, and thank you for stopping and saying hello. Again, if you run into me, don't be afraid. Just come up and say hi. Even if I'm videoing something, I can hit the pause button. It's no big deal. I love meeting our fans. I really enjoyed listening to everybody really wanting to vote this year. It's something that you don't get a lot, something you don't hear a lot. Well, I guess I'm going to go vote. It's what I got to do. Everybody has in the back, I guarantee, if you're watching this right now, you have in the back of your head that America needs change. And you have gone to the voting booth to prove that to not only the country, but yourself. And I gotta say, moving on to what's going to happen tonight, here soon, we should start knowing some of the answers. I know some people are saying that we may not know the answers till Saturday. That could be. I'm going to be staying up really tonight. I had thought about doing a live show, like a live poll show, like maybe really late at night. I have a feeling, and this is just me, but I have a feeling by 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, we're going to know who the next president is. And I'm going to stay up pretty late because I'm interested. I'm going to get my popcorn. Maybe. I don't know. I did just buy that new recliner, so I don't know. May end up falling asleep. But I was up pretty late last night. And like I said, getting some different work done. But yeah, I'm stoked. I'm ready. I want to see who our next president's going to be. I want to see the entire process. I like the process. I do. I don't get into, most of you know, I don't get into politics at all. I'm an American patriot. I love my country. I don't get into the whole anger of it all. I don't. The left versus right thing. I am all about, hey, what's best for America? Let's all come together, piece it all together. Let's fix this problem. Okay? Fixing the problem is the voice of the people. The voice of the people are speaking today in droves. Right? 84 million people have already, I forget what the number was last year, but it might have not even been half of that, or a few years ago, with the early voting. Now it's a lot. It's a lot. And that could do with some issues that were going on years and years ago, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm excited to see the outcome. I hope that whatever outcome it is, things will start moving in the right direction. I don't know. There's no way to know that. All I know is that I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. We appreciate you all being here. We're happy on this day of our right to vote for our president. A lot of countries don't have that. A lot of countries don't even have, say what you want about democracy. In some ways or another, it does still work. And I hope it stays that way. Who knows what the future holds, but for right now, it does work. In some ways, we do need diversity. We do need healthy arguing, right, to make things better. And that's not just in politics. That's, like arguing with your brother or arguing with your wife. Me and Jess argue, right? But it's healthy arguing because you ultimately come to a conclusion that you both want. Usually. Or Dano just caves and say, okay, we'll have spaghetti for dinner. All jokes aside, guys, I'm happy that so many people have voted today. I know a lot of our viewers have mentioned that you have voted today. Thank you for all of your heartfelt comments about our speech this morning about the American flag. And in no way, shape, or form was I pointing toward either direction. I don't know. I feel like some people don't even watch the videos. They just get on there and comment and just argue about stuff. Somebody was talking about my hat, saying that, oh, they didn't like my hat. Well, I don't know what to tell you. This neither says Republican nor Democrat. This is American Patriot Dano right here. You can say whatever you want. But yeah, no, I am all about America. I'm all about you. I'm all about our family and friends and making sure that everybody's able to have a nice hot meal and not have to worry about breaking the bank to be able to do that. And one thing that this YouTube channel has taught me over the years is, everybody has their own opinion of things. The way I look at it, well, as long as you're not making fun of me and Jess, as long as you're not on here cursing up a storm and all that stuff, I keep it all fair game. Everybody has a right, and especially doing a video like this and the one I did this morning, you're not going to get any hate from me. No judgment. I understand everybody has their different issues. Everybody wants a different thing. Hopefully, whatever thing happens, we're able to come together as a one group, a one America, and continue to move forward in the pursuit of happiness, in the life that you want. Never give up the fight for the right of the life that you want. And that is the one blessing of Ohio, of America, is that you have the right to be able to do all this stuff. You can live wherever you want. You can eat whatever you want. You can do whatever you want to do, and you will never get any judgment from me. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.